So welcome back to another episode of Uncut and Uncensored with Caroline Stanbury and
Sergio Carrallo.
Here we are today. So today we're doing one of our couples podcasts, and I haven't really told them what it's about, so I will let you know now, darling, because I know you'll have questions. So, and actually it's interesting because we discussed this yesterday, having actually gone through quite a lot in the last 2 days. The role of relationships in personal growth and how a supportive relationship can foster empowerment. So what does that mean exactly? Well, look, when I met you, you always said that you were completely lost. You were at the end of your then career, right? You didn't know whether to turn left or right and where you were going to go and what your life would look like. And now, today, we are almost 6 years on. Is it 6 years? We are 6 years on. You are 30 years old. And would you say this relationship has empowered you?
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, I think all of us as humans, we go through period in our lives. So there's different, parts in our life, personal growth. And I think, I experienced a very early stage, fast growth period in my life because of soccer. And then I got to a point that I've been doing it for so many years. I got my master, but I didn't have a clear idea of where I wanted to go. And I think you coming into my life at the age of 24 with a lot of clarity into your path, it really helped me to, find that direction that I needed.
Now, it's funny because sometimes we say, or you say to me over all these years that I'm quite hard on you. And
very hard on me.
Yeah, I'm very hard on him. Okay. And like compared to, I suppose, the support in some ways that I give my friends or other people in my life, I'm so tough on him. And then I have to catch myself and go, oh, shit, maybe that was mean. But obviously, I think the problem is for me because I love him and I see so much potential that, I wonder if because that could be also mistaken by some of you out there oh, it's a toxic relationship. They're in a shitty relationship. And it's not a supportive relationship. I tend to disagree.
I think people expose or give support in their own way. And I think I understood now the way you give it to me is just pushing me in order for me to grow. And then once I really make something big happen, then that's when you give me a reward.
Because I see your potential. Obviously, months unbeknownst to all of you lot out there, you seem to think that I would be happy with just a good-looking guy that lay around my house all day like a piece of art. I would not. I truly would not. And trust me, I've had one of those or two of those when I was younger.
She's very difficult, actually, and very tough and really, she really pushes me to make a better version of myself. And I think that's something that really helped me to be where I am today.
This house and the way we operate, so the business is me, right? My brand, the house, everything, everyone in this house works for the same thing. So to have one lazy person that doesn't...
It would be
impossible. Even we have Megan, who has been with me forever, right? If Megan didn't work, Sergio didn't work, even Mila and my driver, I consider them part of my business because without all of these pieces, we wouldn't be who we are today.
It's a team.
It's a giant team.
The hardest part is really to put a team together. But I could say it is quite interesting because one of the reasons why you and me work very well is because you really helped me to get that path in my life. And I think it works because of the age gap that we have.
Yeah, I also think, support comes in different ways, right? So when you think I'm being mean to him or tough on him, I get frustrated because sometimes he gets distracted or he tries so many different avenues only because he wants to make me proud, his family proud, and to do things. And I'm like, just fucking focus. But he has this mentality of I can do more, I can do more, I can have more. And, and it's not about things. It's just about he wants a better life for all of us, right? So I am really, really tough now with him on saying, look, we've now chosen our paths, right? I mean, probably in the last 3 to 4 years or whatever, we were deciding our path.
And it's quite interesting how we have grown since then to where we are today, because we try so many different things, and now we got to the point that we actually have a very clear path.
So when he gets asked to do other stuff, you know, I get frustrated because obviously Sergio sometimes, and that's youth, gets a carrot dangled and wants to take the carrot. I'm like, I don't want any more carrots to be dangled. We have enough in front of us, and we're actually not dangling the carrots, we're growing the carrots.
But I think that comes with a very entrepreneurial mentality. And I've
Yes.
had that my whole life, but I understood now that, you know, very interesting things from your business perspective, which is delegate and focus. Because you try to do so many things because you're very creative, and then you get to the point that you are doing 10 things, but nothing really gets done properly. And I
That's
think nowadays we have 4 or 5 things aligned that are completely done perfectly.
And that was exactly what I've taught him, I think. I've absolutely said, you can't do all of these things. And he used to hang on to everything because he didn't want to give it out. Now, you know, I think he started to work with his dad as well. So I think this has given him a new thing because his dad takes one side, I take one side, he does one side, and none of us, you know, Megan does her side. None of us tread on each other's toes. Right? So you all become part of that system, which is because this house is an office environment. When we are upstairs, we're at home. When we're downstairs, we're in an office. And, you know, the great thing is we, you know, I can go and lie by the pool, get my energy, but we support each other in so many different ways. He doesn't get pissed off because he's sitting in the actual physical office and I'm lying by the swimming pool. It means that we, you know, we work in very different ways and actually it's better. You know, constructive criticism and feedback is something we do every day. And actually, this is interesting.
That's a very good point, actually.
Yes. We were doing it yesterday, okay? Sergio and I are fully, as you know, all into Bali. And we've almost, well, not finished, but we're in the middle of a project. And we're completely in the middle of a project. And, you know, obviously it's going really, really well, which is so exciting. And so the natural thing for a younger person or someone that hasn't done it before to say or to want to do is to go on and, you know, start a new one of the same because it's going so fucking well. Now, my natural mentality is let's build the first one. And then, you know, everyone's going to love it, obviously. Of course, you all are.
Because what happens is basically the community is sold out completely. So now we have so many requests of more villas. So now my
He wants to do it.
younger mentality, it is, I'm going to do it. I'm going to build another 15 villas. Because why? Because I know the mechanism.
And
I know how to do it.
No, and my mentality is let's build the first ones. We've only got 2 years left. And then all of you lot out there can go, oh my God, they actually did it. And you'll go, you know, we'll sell another 15. So who cares? Like, but I understand. So we argued about this in the best possible way. We don't really argue. I've got
But
to be
look,
honest.
we got to a very interesting and good point, which is we're going to build
Part of it.
part of it, and then we're going to collect all the leads and people that are interested
Yeah,
in.
once you see it.
And with
then
that,
we will
go ahead.
And therefore, I am at my age, okay, and this is the difference. I am extremely risk adverse. I have 3 children. I have a beautiful home to pay for. We have apartments. We have all of these other things and people that rely on us. Do I want to blow myself up at this age? Absolutely not.
I'm the same, actually, honey. I took so many risks in my life before that now, even though you don't feel that way, I feel like I have family behind and I want to help in a way, of shape, or form that I can provide and stability. So, yes, I want to get into bigger things, yes, but also we have a very calm and peaceful life.
That's what I said to him. We don't wake up right now with any panic or worry. That is a beautiful place to be.
Beautiful.
And that hasn't really happened for a long time. And actually, that's something else about relationships and personal growth and support, right? Because it hasn't always been that way. Sergio really did meet me in the middle of my worst period of my life, right? So I was being sued for 8 years, and it was pretty much, well, was the ending of it. So I had to go to court, and Sergio, and getting divorced.
Well, that's why I think that's why it really worked the way it worked out, because even though you were so much older than me, and I was so much younger than you,
shared so much.
We share so many experiences, and we really push each other during that journey from where we were to where we are today. And at some point, we started at the same level.
Yeah. So, you know, what it is the shared personal experience with the growth that comes out the other side. So, you know, no matter what, the age gap has done, something like that humbles you and brings you back to a place of where you are both at that period of time starting again.
Completely. And I think that's why the foundation that we create is so strong that nobody can touch it.
Because
Why?
we really needed each other.
Exactly. We really needed to thrive. We needed to push to get to where we are today. And the last 3 years, we've been like, thriving crazy
What was it that someone
to today.
I just heard it the other day. I actually reposted it. That goes, everybody wants what you have today, and everyone's jealous of you of what you have today, but nobody's jealous of the journey and how you got it.
100%.
And that's the truth. And I think, while everyone was busy laughing at us and making fun of us, making our stupid, reels and this and that, and although even that, if that isn't, where our successes come from, what is, I think, where the success comes from is our passion, our drive, and the fact that Sergio and I are unbreakable. And we're unbreakable for many reasons. And that's what people, I think, don't understand and about us, right? Everyone keeps sort of going, well, let's see how he feels in 10 years. Let's see how he feels in 15 years. Let me tell you, I can tell you how he's going to feel, even if he felt differently for me, which he says he won't. But even if he did, he will still always have respect, love, and huge feelings for me.
100%. And I think we will always be together just because we share the same thrive, the same vision, the same putting your big boots on and putting, the work into something with a lot of passion and love. And I think that's why we will always last and we will have it forever.
I think that people aren't prepared to work at work, and they're not really prepared to work at love, right? Everything's so fast and changeable today. And the thing is, I think because we both reached at different points real low lows, we really had to cling to each other.
It's very interesting because I had a very tough past and Caroline had a very difficult past as well. So when we kind of met, it was just like a very helpful, soulmate person there right next to you, which is kind of like, it was an amazing support that each of us needed at that point in our life. And, seeing where we are today and seeing how much we grow together, it's just beautiful to see that. And I think that's why, I absolutely understand Macaron and his wife and all these people that they, even though they have a massive age gap, they will always have that soulmate there.
The thing is, like we wake up in the middle of the night, like maybe we're at different stages. I worry about something different. Like, I'm waiting for a call I want today. And, I sort of woke up a bit worried at 5 a.m. But it's, look, it's not the be all and end all. It's nothing. It's just, something I want. Right. And, I sort of tapped him on the shoulder and he doesn't even say anything. He just rolls over and cuddles me and I can go back to sleep.
That was so good, actually.
Yeah. It's so sweet. He always does that. He never says, why are you waking me up? What the fuck? We chit-chatted for a second and then we fell back to sleep, and he knows what to do with his feet, his arms, and it's like we could be in a 1-bedroom apartment and we would be fine anywhere in the world. And we discuss this all the time.
All the time. And actually now that we are renovating this 1-bedroom apartment in downtown, we are looking at it and I'm like, oh my God, we can perfectly live
this could
here.
Be for our old age.
It could be amazing. And, it is just very, very interesting how, just, I think relationship is about equal work, It's about
so many people put this importance on
giving each other.
Oh, how much money they have. I was out yesterday and someone was just irritating the fuck out of me with some sort of dick swinging contest. And I'm like, I live in the Middle East. Like, oh my God, there is wealth and there is women with this. But like, are they, which ones are happy? Which ones would I trade with? Not many, I can assure you.
100%.
And
It's just very interesting because sometimes you'd rather have 5 than 30 and go back to bed, relax, peaceful, and have a happy life. And we always talk about that.
Well, that's where I think we've got really good lately is, sort of building and maintaining a network of supportive friends and encouraging people who listen to us and who, want the best for us. And we have got rid of all the shit, and we're doing more. We're meeting more people, and we're more open because we were so insular with our group. I think we're more open. We're meeting people, but genuinely, mine and Sergio's little bubble is now impenetrable. Right?
Impenetrable. It is actually amazing the core group of friends that we created, and I think that really helped us for that personal growth experience.
And now, we've really found like the people that are in us with us for the long term, the ones that really see us for who we are, even new friends that we're meeting who maybe from different I mean, we've met in the last week actually wonderful people from my
Amazing
Instagram.
people.
Wonderful.
And it is very interesting how you can see how relationships switch in terms of attention to you with the time. So a lot of people that they were not on board with us, all of a sudden they are on board and they completely want to be in our train. So we are very good now at reading that kind of people.
Yeah, I that really pisses me off too. Like, I mean, a week ago I was the same woman. I just didn't have a Bentley. Now I've got a Bentley. You all want to like.
And now it's
I'm
just like
suddenly
it's just like rolling in town.
yeah, I don't understand. It's so bizarre to me that suddenly people are like, "Oh, hello. Do you want to come for dinner?" No, you didn't want me to dinner a week ago, so I'm not coming for dinner now.
In a way, it's very interesting how relationships and society works because it's just all about appearances, sadly.
It's so sad. Like, I'm making a real effort to go to 3 or 4 parties this week, which I never, ever, ever go to.
But this is actually quite different because we're doing Duali parties.
Yeah,
which
but we're also doing it with one family
Yeah.
who has been so welcoming to us that
So
for
amazing.
no other reason than they liked us, and
And
I
we're
actually
having
knew them from London.
all outfit done.
Yeah, it's
It's
gonna be
very
so
exciting.
fun. But we're adding like I'm making more of an effort to also give back to people who really take care of us, right? So it is easy to become sort of lazy in a relationship. It is easy to take everyone in your life for granted, and I've understood that people, you get pulled and pushed into so many different directions that you just have to put into place boundaries and tell people what you will accept and what you won't. I used to really, I guess, mince my words and just sort of say yes to things that I didn't necessarily want to do because I didn't want to hurt people's feelings. Now I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
And actually, I learned that from Caroline very well. I used to be or think that everybody around me has the same heart as I think I have. And I was always looking after people, always really caring for people that they really didn't really care for me or they were not there for me. But even though I was always giving. And I think Caroline helped me to get to a point in life that actually we don't need anything from anybody. And, it is quite interesting now how we are switching to give back to people that they're giving to us and stop giving to new people because we want to protect that circle.
We're in an amazing, amazing part of life where we've set ourselves up now that we're not raising money, we're not looking for anything, we're not looking for a business, we're not looking if we get extra jobs on top, wonderful. If we don't, okay too. The house is done. We're not in that dreadful thing of like, the hamster wheel of paying renovations and all of this, and now we're just going into something that we can control. It's enough for us, and that's an amazing place to be. Okay, we were sitting in the car and we're lying in bed the other day actually, and I said, darling, if we made like, I don't know, $10 million tomorrow, what is it that you wish for now that we don't have? Like, what would you go buy? I would go buy more of the same shit. Like, more of the same shit. We'd just buy another car, which would be a shame because Sergio always said he only wants one car because he loves being with me all the time.
It's quite interesting, actually, and we always do that reflection. We always say, okay, what would it change if I had $30 million in cash right now? I always ask that to myself. And honestly speaking, I wouldn't change anything in my life. And that really tells you that you are in the perfect and best position you can be in your life.
In the right place. We are in the right place. I never felt so content. I'm in the right place. I was in a restaurant the other day and like however many women came up and they were like, oh, everyone's so nice to me. They're all so proud of what we're achieving. And it means so much when everyone comes up because it's like, it's been such a long journey. And actually I got a text last night saying from a girlfriend who's divorced, and obviously she got a big settlement, she moved away, and she was like, I just want you to know, I can see not only are you happy, but you're thriving. My agent called me last night and he just said, you are like living the best I've ever seen. You're doing better than you were before. And all I can put that down with it for is like, I'm focused and I'm with the right man. And that is really what, the role of a relationship in your personal growth, right? Is this. Sergio has given me the power that no matter what goes wrong in my life,
We're going to be fine.
we're going to be fine.
And I always tell her that because, it's very interesting because as humans, we always try to become bigger, get better, change what you are doing today to maybe do something different. And at some point in life, you need to realize that you are in a good position and more will not mean better.
It was funny because we invited someone over who wanted to do a project with us yesterday. And he was like, sat down and he said, this is one of the best presentations I've ever seen. Anyway, but what he did say is, you guys don't need me.
Very interesting, actually.
It was.
I was like, oh my God, okay. So he's telling us, we invited him to do something with us, maybe. And he said, you don't need me. Why am I here?
And the weird thing is, why did we invite that? Because genuinely, it's not about money. It was like, I think sometimes in life, we all feel better having someone hold your hand through a process.
100%.
And, that's one thing that they said to us, you don't need money. And we're not here for money. We just wanted like
Expertise. Strategic.
And he goes, but you've got the expertise. He goes, I could take it because this would be like taking candy from a baby and you'll do all the work. But he's like, I genuinely don't understand. He's like, you're doing it. You've got the people. You're pre-selling it.
You got the team.
Got the team. What the fuck do you need me for? And I was like, sorry, honey. He doesn't want me to say this on here. That's why. So he was giving me daggers before. But it's very funny because I have said this to you.
100%. I know that, honey.
But because I'm his wife and I sleep with you.
Not about that.
Yes, it is. It is. You don't want to listen to me.
Okay, it's good to hear from a different perspective and from someone who has been in the industry for more than 20 years. But also, sometimes you need to understand that now it is the time when I have the energy to do
Darling, you're
this.
30 fucking years old.
Exactly. I want to be retired when I'm before 40 and I want to have everything
up
and
and running. You've got another 10
running.
years and you'll have it up and running.
100%, I know
this
that.
up and running. God knows how. We built this house in the middle of a shit show, having no idea where we were going, paying ridiculous money on building, mortgage, rent, but we've always got through it. We have one of the most beautiful houses I've ever seen, honestly. May not be the biggest, it is one of the most beautiful, filled with so much love and happiness. Okay?
And that is a big difference, actually.
It is. We have beautiful apartments. We have a house in the UK. We are thriving, and I shouldn't have to tell you that.
No, I absolutely understand that.
You're top 1% of the world, but I did say this to you the other day, you still live with a scarcity mentality.
Baby,
I bought a pair of shoes yesterday.
it's just how I am, honey. It's just how I am.
back.
I'm not like you that you just get excited puppies and then eyes and then you are just, oh my God, I'm gonna buy this. Oh, I'm gonna buy this. Oh, I did so well. I'm gonna buy this. And it's just who you are. Like you might just close a deal. It can be small or big, but you will just walk around just buying things for yourself. I'm not like that person.
I believe when you close a deal, you should always. I make you buy something,
100%.
and when he won't do it, I just buy it for him.
Exactly.
Just because he deserves it.
I'm not a spender, and you are. So it's just different personalities.
Well, there you go. I'm just reading this one. This is expanding perspective. And, that, in a relationship, you have to learn, which you're very good at, from each other's background and experiences, right? We bring different things to the table.
One of the main reasons why I'm where I am today is because I learn from you every step along the way.
And one of the reasons I'm a nicer human is because I'm learned from you every step of the way.
So look how good we complement each other.
I was... tell them the story about how you feel like you wish you'd introduced your parents to me as your friends.
Okay, so let me tell you something. So basically,
this is really
there is something going on in Caroline's head that no one will ever understand.
I don't like authority.
Which is
anyone in authority
nothing.
figure. Nothing.
So basically, my mom comes into the house. She's giving Caroline hands, help, like providing, helping, cleaning, this. And Caroline, because she's the parent
she bends over backwards
figure, she literally cannot do it. Like anything related to parents, she cannot do it. So I always said to Caroline, I wish I introduced my parents as my friends, which means, hello, this is Violeta, which is a very good friend of mine, very old friend of mine. I almost grew up with her. And this is Jose, which I met him on the way along the school. And he was just there with me. And they just helped me in my life. They are going to be in my life forever. They are not called parents, they are friends. And they love you more than anything.
It's so funny.
Because that will change completely the relationship.
Okay, so here's the thing. We have different perspectives. I am trying to respect your perspective. His perspective is that obviously his family's everything, and he would have his mother and father live with me in a heartbeat.
No.
Or us.
1 second. My perspective expands a bit more. I'm going to explain a little more. My life, it is
your parents.
My mom, my dad, my sister, my wife, and my grandma.
And he'd like them all to live in this house.
No, I don't need anything else. I mean, maybe yes, but I don't need anything else. That's the people I love. I will always look after, and I will take care of them. And that's my mentality. They can be friends, they can be people around your life, but at the end of the day, they are not blood related. That's
I
how
am
call it.
hyper independent. I love my house to myself. I like to be in control of everything. I just
Everything.
about like my husband in it. And, you know, that's just life. I've adapted to all scenarios now, and you share my bed. So
But I think it is quite interesting how she's adapting to mine and I'm adapting to yours.
Yes.
And we are shaping
Our
each
new reality.
other realities and forms
So
in order to
now-
adapt each other the best way possible.
he's always wanted to work with his dad, right? His dad decided to retire, whatever, normal. He's in his 60s. So Sergio is now working with his father fully in Bali. This keeps him so happy.
So happy.
So happy. And his father has a whole new lease of life, right? And actually,
It really works.
he tells me everything. His father kind of comes to me and says, we've done this, this, and this. And I'm actually super good at dealing with your father in a business way.
Very good.
Because he actually presents to me in a business way, not a what's it called, father-in-law way.
Which is the way. So maybe now the solution is I'm going to make business partners all my family members and they're going to deal with Caroline in a business way,
Oh,
okay?
you don't think that slowly they're all becoming business partners?
100%.
I am fully aware.
100%. But
Well-
look, it is the way that it's working and it's working for us. So here we go. More partners in our lives.
Happy husband, happy life, that's for sure. You know, and my other business partner that I've been with for quite a long time, I've known since I was 16. So if I've got him and Sergio's father, I'm okay. And you know, but that is one way that I have adapted to you, right?
100%.
And you've got what you wanted without ramming it down my throat and not getting what I need, which is space too. From
Which
all
I
of you.
think it is very, very interesting and important because in relationships, you need to adapt. But with adaptation, it comes some benefits. And I think now you are seeing the benefits of my way of living, which is you're going to get more time for yourself, which is what you
'Cause he's
actually really
busy-
wanted.
He's busy with his dad.
I'm busy with my dad, and maybe soon I will be busy with my mom.
Yeah.
And then she's going to be the happiest person alive because she's going to just be relaxing and chilling.
I've just said I'm open to a family flat near us,
Tan, 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 tan.
open,
So happy.
and they can like just scooter on over in the day.
It's fantastic. Honestly, it is fantastic. And I really believe, look, if you look at the
I
statistics.
don't hate your family. by
Listen
the way.
to
It's
this.
not about that. He thinks I hate everybody.
No,
I
no.
don't hate them. I don't want anyone in my space all the time,
I
including
know that.
you, by the way. I'm always happy when you want to go play golf.
If
I
you
mean,
look
I
at the
want-
statistics of some of the biggest, most successful, and wealthiest families around the world, they all are working together. Look at the Kardashians. They have all these businesses, everything around, and all of them, they share something that they work under the same or similar companies.
There's no one you can trust more than your family. That's
100%,
for fucking sure.
and that's for sure. And having the support right behind you, it is actually very, very important. And I think we are doing it in a way.
And so that's what I'm thinking. What this does is it shows emotional support and validation. So, yes, I kick Sergio sometimes, and I'm very, very hard on him, as only a wife can be, or someone that loves you as much as I love my husband. Okay, not because I need him on the floor and useless to anyone because I've kicked the life out of him, but because I expect more, he can do more, And then I realize, and then what I do is when he achieves it, I'm the first
You
to
are
tell
actually.
you.
And I have to say, for example, this is just, very funny because, I mean, obviously Bali, real estate developers, hoteliers, we were nothing related to this 3 years ago. We've been chasing a dream, chasing a dream. And then we got to the point that we're actually doing it and it's happening. We have a hotel that we're building, residences, and more things are coming. And now I see Caroline how she switched completely
Oh yeah, my husband's really sexy.
on.
Like I'm like, imagine. My husband is now a property developer and hotelier. That is the truth. I'm like, we went out to dinner with friends of ours who are huge property developers.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Huge. They took us out for dinner, and the wife absolutely loves Sergio. She's so sweet. And of course, Sergio's got this lisp. He can't say anything. And so she was teaching him hotelier. And,
Hotel, yeah.
they've done this on steroids. This, like, what we're doing is like step one for them. And they looked at us and they said, no, you're a hotelier and property developer now. And we were like, we hadn't given ourselves that. I mean, I had given it to Sergio. To be fair, I did start telling you that, but I hadn't really thought how real it was.
But I think from a husband perspective, a lot of husbands, they start this dream of creating or building something. And then when you are on the right direction, when your wife starts to believe in your dream. And I think that's where you are today.
100%. 100%. When Sergio started with this Bali thing, I was so against it. Just in the property market in the Middle East right now is hot as fuck. We've made all our money in the Middle East.
100%.
Right? And honestly, I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know anything about Bali. I've been twice in my life. My kids came with me this summer and all refuse to go back at the moment because they got Bali belly. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Putting, however many millions of dollars into Bali right now. And then everyone's on board. And now I've seen all the new plans for Bali and everything and all of everybody's reaction. And actually I'm seeing it come to life. And I'm like, we are creating a little slice of heaven.
And the dream is actually happening. And the market is completely booming in Bali. So it is just very interesting from my perspective to see how my wife really is believing on it. And now
I'm annoyed at myself, by the way, for being so against it because I'm usually a trailblazer. How many women live in the Middle East with a 24-year-old husband? No one. How many women put their face on the side of buses in London? Not many people. Me. I did ridiculous kamikaze stuff to get attention for my businesses back in the day because that's just what I believe in doing. And I didn't give my husband enough credit for doing it. And, and that's what should learn from each other. Passion and drive can make anything come to life.
100%. Look, it doesn't matter the industry you are in. If you have passion, drive, and love for something, and you put the work into it, you're going to make things happen. And I think this is the perfect example. We try to do this dream of building a hotel in the Middle East. It didn't work for 2 years. Then value opportunity came, and now we are doing it. That tells you that passion with drive make things happen.
Perseverance. Nobody perseveres anymore, and you are one of the most persistent people I know and resilient.
And you too,
Sergio's been pooped on his whole life, right? Still today, I run into people going, you didn't play for Real Madrid. I'm like, go fuck yourselves. Nothing gets the mama bear in me.
Thank you, honey. It's actually so funny.
Yeah.
When I'm like, we were on a boat actually, and like these guys, they were like a bit like throwing like shit, and stuff. And I just see Caroline from a lovely Caroline to a horrible Caroline. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening there? She started like fuming. There's like, and I'm like, look, that's where the love comes out. And it's actually beautiful to see that, to be honest.
No, only I can shit on my husband. And that's the truth. Like, I do it with love. I don't do it, from anything else. And I know what he's been through. And I also know what it's like to have people poop on your parade. And it happens a lot to me, too. Everyone wants to take my wins away. I've been on TV for 6 years. I'm not an overnight success, okay? I am no overnight success. I've had a giant business. I lost a business. I've restarted businesses. I've done all of these things. So to tell me that, I haven't been around the block, or I'm not established, or I'm the same level as maybe that someone's been doing TV 1 year, like, get the fuck out of my way, because you're not going to get a nice version of me.
And I think that's why we relate so much, because we share all those personal stories.
And I don't care who you are, by the way. I will switch on anyone.
On anyone.
Anyone. I don't care if you're like the most powerful woman here in the Middle East and that you're like running something I want to be on. I'm a cut off my nose to spite my face person. You rub me up the wrong way and trigger me in some sort of way. We're done.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good to
We are
see
done.
Ciao, ciao.
And some of the, you know, people have been on the receiving end. Just because I don't, you know, I guess it's a big switch in me.
No, actually, it is crazy, her personality. And that's something I'm learning a lot from her, because you can be nice, you know, until the point that you don't have to be nice. And I think you do that very well. You start to be nice, and then when things doesn't go the way you think it should go,
No, when people
the way you like,
poke.
people
Okay,
poke.
when people say something like, let me put an example. Someone will say, well, the Real Madrid thing about you, that drives me fucking nuts. Like, what idiot thinks anyone would stay in a soccer team for 5-6 years and not be paid or play?
Yeah.
So that's ridiculous.
But there's so many things. Like, I just see Caroline completely, literally switching.
No, and with me, it'll be something like, I don't know. Oh, like last year on Housewives, someone said that I was bought this house or given this house. And I'm like, I mean, how stupid. But this from intelligent people, by the way, really intelligent people. How stupid can you be? Like, who gives a home away? I didn't even get a pound off. And then I start finding myself getting angry. Smoke comes out of my ears. Then I start justifying. Then I was like, then I get angry at myself. Why are you justifying? The fuck do I care?
I know.
Like literally, you're all morons. So, you know, that really is something. And I think what's happened is I'm not scared to say my piece to anyone anymore. Anyone. I don't care who you are. We don't have to be friends. I don't have to be friends with anyone. I don't need anything from anyone. So you don't like me. Goodbye.
That's the most amazing place to be.
I don't want to go ride your planes. I don't want to ride your boats. I don't want to, you know, I really don't. Unless you're really close friends of mine, I'm not interested.
And it's gonna be fun because, you know, sometimes we push ourselves to be in situations that we just don't really feel like being there,
and we get there every time and go, why are we here?
And you're like,
we're so
why?
much happier with us.
Why?
And that, my friends, is the power of the correct relationship. I had probably more of a life with my ex-husband, but I wasn't in the right place. So I was never settled. I couldn't be as free, and I couldn't be as productive as I am today because I was always on eggshells. And I
100%.
think the power of being with the right person, no matter what,
it changes everything.
Everything. And don't be led by anything else but your connection. If you connect with someone, you can build someone.
100%.
And I've said it to a million women. It doesn't matter. If you're a powerful man, you can build that wife. If you're a powerful woman, you can build that man. Choose the man for the right, choose your partner for the right reasons.
And it doesn't matter as well if you don't fit as a couple. If you have that feeling, you have that, you know, desire for each other within you, you can really put it together. And I think that's the most important thing.
Without the right person beside you, you will never, ever, and I mean ever, become the most powerful, best version of yourself. It's impossible. It's actually physically impossible, mentally impossible. It will not happen. So, for those of you out there, it's better to be alone than the wrong person. I can assure you of that. Thank you for listening to another episode of Uncut and Uncensored.
With Caroline and Sergio.